Good evening, happy Friday, and welcome to the Chris Salcedo Show here on Newsmax TV. It was a record setter. Took Joe Biden 50 days to prepare for his first speech to the American people, his occupation of the Oval Office. That's the longest time, by the way, that it has taken an occupier of the Oval Office in the modern era to address the American people. What can I say? Some people are just slow. Mr. Biden still has not held a press conference, nor has he addressed a joint session of the Congress. Many citizens are getting that uneasy feeling that Mr. Biden is merely a figurehead. He and Dr. Jill Biden, they're being allowed to play White House to keep more traditional Democrats in line until a transition can occur in a manner to redound to the socialist political benefit. The real energy and direction of the White House is being guided by left-wing extremists, and it's bad. Whoever wrote Biden's speech for him is a true believer in anti-American collectivist thought. Biden's first national address, creepy and dangerous. That's the beginning of our analysis in tonight's preamble. Now, despite only being 24 minutes in length, we learned a great deal about how this socialist government regards its relationship with we the people. How many of you noticed when Biden got, kind of breathy, he started whispering and he leaned into the camera? Some political hack likely told him that that's how you show urgency. That's how you show you really care. The way it played out on our television screens was something completely different. Mr. Biden came off as slimy, disingenuous, and frankly, creepy.
For we are fundamentally a people who want to be with others, to talk, to laugh, to hug, to hold one another. We need everyone to keep washing their hands, stay socially distanced, and keep wearing the mask as recommended by the CDC. But I need you, the American people. I need you. I need every American to do their part. And that's not hyperbole. I need you.
I need you. I need you. Tara Reade and women and children all over America were probably shaking uncontrollably at that point in the speech, having flashbacks to all the times when Mr. Biden inappropriately touched them and whispered in their ears. But I digress. Biden soon went from creepy Joe to dictator Joe. He explained how he and his benevolent Marxist-Leninists in government would allow you and me to have some of our rights back if, and only if, we do exactly what he tells us.
If we do all this, if we do our part, if we do this together, by July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout or a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day.
Okay, this may come as a shock to Mr. Biden and all of you leftists out there, but it wasn't my intention to run my 4th of July guest list by some government overseer. I, as an American, am not in the habit of asking government's permission to see my family and friends. Now, most Democrats and recent products of the government-run education system are not familiar with this. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. You see, it's our right to gather under the First Amendment without government interference or permission. Still, leftists in Biden's regime want us to drop to our knees and thank them for allowing us to see our friends and family.
That doesn't mean large events with lots of people together, but it does mean small groups will be able to get together. That will make this Independence Day something truly special.
Nothing says special, a special Independence Day like the U.S. government taking away your independence. This scary portion of Biden's speech signals a sea change in the American citizens' relationship to our government. If we accept Biden's absurd and totalitarian premise, we will be abandoning the Founding Fathers' vision of our government of, by, and for the people. We will then have a government akin to Russia's, Venezuela's, and China's form of government, where the people serve those in power. They serve at the pleasure of those in power. In short, this turns the entire notion of a representative republic on its ear. Biden never once mentioned the massive accomplishments of President Donald Trump and Operation Warp Speed. Those accomplishments resulted in Biden getting his vaccine before he was even inaugurated. This is as close as Biden came to acknowledging the monumental accomplishments of the Trump administration.
America is coming back. The development, manufacture, and distribution of vaccines in record time is a true miracle of science. It's one of the most extraordinary achievements any country has ever accomplished.
Well, we can thank President Trump for all of that. Biden also showed his incompetent administration isn't capable of walking and chewing gum at the same time. He didn't mention one thing about the humanitarian crisis he created at the border. He did make one of the most laughable and demonstrably false statements in recent memory. Here is Biden as he extols the virtues of big and all-powerful government.
So my message to you is this. Listen to Dr. Fauci, one of the most distinguished and trusted voices in the world.
You heard that right. Old often wrong Fauci is who we're to be listening to. First, he's been an out-of-touch swamp dweller for decades. Secondly, just when should we listen to Mr. Fauci? When he said the virus was no big deal?
Put trust and faith in our government to fulfill its most important function, which is protecting the American people. No function more important. That this country can do anything. Hard things, big things.
Hard things, big things. Those words mean so much from a guy who just created a humanitarian crisis at the border, harming Americans. The truth is, our government can't do the big things. Our government can't do hard things. Our government can't do important things. Washington, D.C. can't balance a checkbook, something I learned how to do in the 6th grade. The federal government can't stop illegal immigration, can't stop illicit drugs, can't stop illegal firearms from streaming over that southern border. This government allowed months of riots to go unpunished. Why? Because this government is populated with some of the most stupid and corrupt people on the planet. Not only can they not do the big things, they can't do the simple things. They can't follow a simple and straightforward document called the U.S. Constitution. That's because we are being ruled by morons who can't figure out how to govern, so they set themselves up as rulers instead. During the Obama years, polls showed that Americans' trust in government had plummeted to an all-time low. Government earned that lack of trust. Now Mr. Biden and his incompetence are saying to Obama, hold my beer.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.